Hi, it's Mike with AskTractorMike.com. Well, I'm in an old grubby t-shirt today, courtesy of Massey Ferguson, from a 2002 product introduction, where they gave out these t-shirts, and I was working for AGCO at the time. This shirt is 24 years old, and I'm wearing it today for two reasons. Number one, I've got a Massey tractor here, and I'm gonna do something to this tractor it's never had done to it. Number two, it's a nasty job. So if I get this 24-year-old shirt ruined, it's not the end of the world. But in doing so, I'm going to answer a viewer letter, and the topic, there's a little more to it than you might think, and there's a right and a wrong way to do it. So let's get to the viewer letter first. And the letter comes from Jim, and Jim says, "Hi, Mike. I have a question about washing the tractor, or if you're from Missouri, washing the tractor. Is it okay to soak the entire tractor with soap and then rinse it with a mild pressure washer to clean the dust and everything off? Are there areas I should avoid, like down at the bottom where maybe it gets to the engine or anything like that? I don't want to squirt anywhere that may cause damage. Thanks for any help, Jim." Well, Jim, I'm going to answer your question today, and I'm going to kind of give you a step-by-step process of how to clean a tractor. And I'm going to tell you, this was my dad's tractor. He farmed with this. He had an apple orchard. And he passed away in 2007. I inherited the tractor. It's never been washed. My dad's idea about when a tractor needed cleaning, he'd set it outside when they were predicting rain. And that's how it's always been washed off. There are some things you can do to damage them when you're washing them, and I'm going to tell you how to watch for those today, and just kind of a process of doing it. If you keep it clean, resale value will be better. You'll feel better about it. And, you know, if you ever trade it in, you'll get more money for it, or it'll bring more at your state auction when the kids sell it. So anyway, I'm going to clean this up. So let's go through a process of how we wash a tractor. First off, before we do anything, I'm going to take the hood off. If you own a Massey, it's not a hood, it's a bonnet. This tractor was made in Coventry, England, and there they don't have hoods, they have bonnets. And this will remind you about how the old days were before we had these nice pop-open hoods that work like cars. You just have to get your toolbox out to get the hood off or bonnet off. Now, the first thing I want to do with my tractor before I wash it, and this is incredibly important, is I want to take a leaf blower, and preferably if you've got one of those backpack leaf blowers, you got a neighbor that's got one, borrow it with all the blow you can get. And you want to just go over that thing with a fine-tooth comb and blow out all the seed and gunk you can. And you're going to get nasty doing that. And here's a word to the wise. You got any of them old COVID masks left laying around? Put them on. It'll keep you from blowing black boogers tomorrow morning. Trust me. If you've got access to compressed air, one of the things that's really critical on a tractor to keep clean is the radiator. And the best tool for keeping a radiator clean is called a Radiator Genie. And the most popular version of Radiator Genie comes with two wands. One for compressed air in your air compressor, and another for water. Now, if all you've got is water, you don't have an air compressor, just use that wand, and we'll do that later on. But if you've got access to an air compressor, put that Radiator Genie on and blow the dry debris out of that radiator from the back forward first, and that'll make cleaning the radiator out later a lot easier. Well, now that we've got all the compressed air stuff done, we're going to start washing it. And I'm going to grab my power washer. Couple of things here. Number one, I would recommend putting on the least aggressive nozzle. You know, they come with different nozzles usually that clip on them. Use the least aggressive that you've got. And second, don't get the tip of your wand real close to the painted finish of the tractor. And here's a nice way of getting the air out of the line on your power washer before you start the engine. I'm using Pat's Easy Change for that. And we'll let the air bleed itself out before we even start. But I'm going to start at the bottom of the tractor, work my way up. We're going to start at the front axle. And you can be fairly aggressive here with blasting grease off. And I'm going to recommend you not use it on any parts that are painted on most tractors. I mean, the whole tractor is painted, but has the nice paint, like on the hood or the bonnet, the fenders, especially the dash. But the lower parts, starting at the front, we're going to wash there. You want to be real careful around the wheel bearings. Try not to get direct shots of water into the wheel bearings. Try to blow away from the wheel bearings. There's a lot of grease around there usually. If you get a lot of water in that area, you can get some rust and a failure, so we don't want that. Moving up the tractor, I've got the inlet to the air filter canister covered, and I'm going to wash it. You want to be careful around the air filter mechanisms. You don't want to get that area all drenched with water. Moving over, I'm going to wash my fuel tank, which was fairly nasty. And there's a fuel tank sender on top, and I've got a piece of tape over the electrical part of that. I've got duct tape over the electrical part of that to keep the water out of it. And then I'm going to wash the sides of the engine. Try to be careful not to get water around the electrical wiring. Definitely don't want to hit it directly with a power washer. And I'm going to try to stay away from the oil dipstick. I don't want to blast it out and get a shot of water in the crankcase. And I'm going to be careful around the injection parts. I don't want to damage any seals there. I say all this, you can be fairly aggressive. Generally, if you're paying attention and you don't have your wand right up against the finish, you won't damage the tractor. Coming back, definitely do not want to get any water on the dash. The gauges can get water forced inside them with a power washer, so we're going to skip that, wash around the seat, and then around to the back of the tractor. Make sure the remotes are covered if you've got hydraulic remotes. These are covered with plugs, and you can be fairly aggressive back here. Now you may want to hit the tractor overall, let it set for a while and dry off, come back to it, because you'll find some areas you missed. Any place there's a grease zerk. You know how grease zerks work. They've got a little ball in the end of them. And when you push grease in, that pushes that ball back, and the pressure of the grease pushes it back out. Well, if you hit it direct head on with a power washer, that's going to push that ball in and get water in that grease zerk. So anytime you're aiming at grease zerks, and they'll have lots of grease around them, don't hit them head on. Hit them from the side. One thing I want to tell you here, I've got a neighbor that likes to wash his car engine or truck engine with it running. And I'll tell you what's good about it and what's bad about it. The good about it is if the running engine gets any water in, like somewhere in wiring or whatever, the heat of the engine may quickly evaporate it or make it go away before it forms rust. That's a good thing. The bad thing is if you're using well water and you've got, like I have, I think my well's like 425 feet deep, and you've got that motor running and it's hot, and you blast components of the exhaust manifold that's really, really hot with that really cold water coming up from deep in the ground, you can do some damage. You can warp a head or something like that. Now, one thing I'll say here, you may go by your local dealership and there's a guy out on the wash rack and he's got the engine running and he's blasting all the grease off of it with a power washer, and you're like, Mike said not to do that. A lot of times it's okay at the dealership. One of the things I really miss about the dealership I worked at was their Massey power washer. They had an industrial grade power washer, and that thing had hot water. And I mean, you combine pressure and hot water together and you can blast that grease off, I mean, instantly. And so I would leave tractors running a lot of times and hit them with that Massey power washer with them running, but you didn't have that temperature differentiation between the water coming out of the power washer. In fact, it was really hot, and the engine. So if you've got access to an industrial grade power washer, I'd leave the engine running and hit it with the hot water. What do you think? Put it in the comments down below. Now, if you get the front end loader and you want to wash it, I'm kind of okay with washing the front end loader. Usually the finish on them is a little rough, but I don't want to wash the hood with a power washer ever. Well, now that we're done with the power washing, get your garden hose and your Radiator Genie and clean that radiator out good. And of course, you never want to do this when the radiator's hot. Well, now that we've got all that done, we're going to attack the pretty painted stuff, and we're going to do that the old-fashioned way, the way you'd wash your car. Go get you a bucket and a rag, fill the bucket about halfway with water, dump some dishwashing soap in it, swirl it up so it's all soap suddy. Soap suddy, is that a word? And then put your soap on it, let it sit just a minute, and then rinse it off with a regular garden hose. I would do that on the hood. I would definitely do it around the dash. I would do it on the seat and around the fenders. And anywhere there's a decal, I want to preserve. And I have to admit, these old Massey tractors that were built in Coventry were awesome tractors. They'll be around long after I'm gone. The paint on them wasn't too great. If you hit the paint on this tractor with a power washer, you'd have a bare bonnet pretty quickly. Well, now we're just pretty much done, but if you want to take it to the next level, either take a dry rag and wipe it down, or if you still got your leaf blower laying around, use compressed air and blow the water off. And if you really want to take it to another level and really want to get your neighbors talking about you, wax it. Well, as soon as I get her bonnet back on, she's ready to go to work. She may not run any better, but she looks a lot better and I feel better. Glad I have that done. Well, I appreciate you watching my videos. I'd be honored if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel, which you can do by clicking the mic face icon. And make sure you check the bell so you get notified when I post future videos. Here's a link to my website and the Tractor Fun Store with cool things for sale for the tractor owner. It helps support my channel. And here's another couple of videos you might want to watch. Thanks for watching.